Hi, my name is Joanna and this is my Road to Star Wars Celebration video, a series in which I overplan, overthink, overpack and overprepare for Star Wars Celebration in Orlando. Now, I know the event is in April, which is 40-something days out, but I have already started to plan the event and my journey and everything about it. I have done a similar thing last year, and before the celebration last year, Celebration London, I asked people on Twitter and Instagram and just generally online who have been to Celebration before or who have been to bigger international conventions to give me some advice. Hi Ray. To give me some advice or tips on what I should bring or do or just generally remember for the celebration. And number one advice that I have gotten was first to bring a poster tube. So this is what I'm doing this year, and I actually have done it this year, though I have taken a much smaller tube due to luggage constraints, but this time I'm going with a much bigger bag. So a poster tube. You might take something this size or something smaller, whatever you think might fit in your luggage or your plans better. But what it's for is just posters that you're going to either buy or get on at the celebration. So last year I bought a bunch of artwork at the celebration. For example, this lovely The Force Awakens trio that have been signed for me, and it's just so pretty. Or for example, this really awesome Poe Dameron the Pilot by Brian Rood, which I love so much. This actually had a cardboard, so it was a little easier to transport, but still. Then I got, what do I have here? Oh yes, the Karen Hellion Women of Star Wars artwork, which is a limited edition, one of the 250 pieces, and I love this so much. I generally love her artwork so much. So this is something I have brought. All this amazing piece painted especially for Star Wars Celebration. I don't know how well you see it, but it's so pretty. And this one didn't have a cardboard, so I had to roll it up and transport it in the poster tube, which came really in handy. So I bought a number of artworks, but I also got a number of artworks. For example, this really cool Vote Leia poster. It is actually also Leia, but we are not displaying that. But this, you were actually given this if you bought the Bloodline novel on at the convention, but as I already had both a novel and in hardback and in ebook, I actually just talked my way into getting one of these. Or another poster that was completely free was the really cool Rogue One poster that everyone who has been to the panel have gotten. For this one, I actually bought a protector. I'm hoping they're going to do something like this for The Last Jedi this year, but you never know. I got the protector, and protectors are also a very good way. You can lay it flat on in your suitcase. It takes probably a little less space than a tube, but still is going to protect your posters. So this is something you might also look into. Another kind of a protector you might want to look into either before the celebration or during it is this little sort of frame for pictures, for signed photos or for the autographs that you might get. Last year beforehand I didn't know about them, but I did get them at the Star Wars Celebration, so I have no idea if they were more expensive at the event or would they be cheaper online, but this is something worth looking at before you go or trying to find them during the celebration. So this is something you might want to take. So just generally before celebration I go through the entire planning stage. And one thing that I didn't know last year, and I definitely know this year, is that I'm not going to be able to do everything I want. I take a sort of prioritize the one event day that you really want to do route, and just generally find other events to supply this and supplement this if needed. So I take either the official program, this is the last year's celebration program, there were also the smaller ones, or the app. Last year it worked really well. And find one event that I'm completely 100% going to go for this day, and then try to find the rest of the schedule around it, because you're not going to be able to do it all. Prioritize a panel, prioritize a showing or an exclusive or something else that you really want to do, and then go do it. Stand in line for this first thing. Last year at the celebration they had implemented a really good system of wristbands. So you waited in line to get a wristband, and then you waited in another line to get into the room. But if you had the wristband, you were sure of getting your place in the room. It just, whatever you start was sort of guided by the second line, but you were able to get in as long as you had the wristband, which was a really good program. I really hope they're going to do it this year as well, but they haven't yet confirmed how the system is going to work, but this was a really good one. So find a schedule, find the one that you're queuing for first, and then go to that. It might be a panel, it might be an exclusive, or it might be the Star Wars Celebration store. And if you're going to shop at the Star Wars Celebration store, do it fast. Last year I went there on the third day, and most of the things I wanted to buy were already gone, like really sold out on the first day or so. I didn't get the Loth Cat I really wanted. I did get the plushie afterwards, but I didn't get it at the celebration. I didn't get some of the t-shirts I really wanted to get because they were all gone. So if there is definitely something you want to buy, go there first. This is about the Star Wars Celebration store, but also any kind of exclusive, any kind of a booth that you want to go. They might not restock for the next days, and things you wanted might be gone. With Star Wars Celebration store, there are going to be long queues. So if you are planning on doing it on a given day, go there really fast. Or maybe if you are not interested in some big panel, try to queue during that panel. That it might be a little clearer than on other times of the day. Each nose, sorry. So another thing that you really need to bring to celebration is, if you're planning to queue for the panels, if you're planning to queue overnight, you need something to sleep on. Last year I had no intention of sleeping on a cold concrete overnight, and yet I have. So I just generally was making do with a hoodie under my head, and I was cold and I was uncomfortable, and it wasn't really fun except for the whole social dimension, because people were really cool, but the concrete floor, not so much. They did bring us pizza, so Kathleen Kennedy and some others brought us pizza, which was really cool. Might happen again this year. But what I really needed to have was a pillow and a blanket. So this year I'm not entirely sure what I'm exactly getting, but I have a few options. So I might take my Stormtrooper pillow, which is really cute, and my mother got it for me because she gets me. Yeah, it's so cute. Or for example, this little really cute Body Rook little pillow that I got from Squadron Goals on Etsy, and I really love, and it might actually fit into my carry-on, so I might take this. It's a little weird because this looks like one of those Japanese pillows, except a gnome size, but I might be taking this one because it's really nice and it might be good to have overnight. I'm not entirely sure if I'm taking a sleeping bag or a really comfortable hoodie or maybe a blanket. I actually do have a really cool Rogue One blanket, but it is a little too big to take to Florida with me, which I'm sort of bummed about because it's really soft and really nice, and I would love to have it overnight, but probably not. I'm going to find something a little bit more portable, but it's an option still. 45 days, 40 something days to plan, I might go with that. So if you are standing in the queue, you are definitely going to meet some people around you, because it's a very, it's a situation that brings people together. So what I'm definitely taking this year, I didn't have it last year, but I really am going to do this year, is to take some kind of a social game, like a little portable thing. I have the Uno, I have no idea how to pronounce that, thing with the Force Awakens, which might be really cool to have. Hi. So I'm bringing this might come in handy. I'm definitely going to take an iPad or a Kindle, just generally thing to occupy myself with in the queue, but if you don't want to sort of withdraw from all the other people, this might be a good idea. I don't know. And something I'm definitely taking this year, I usually bring them everywhere I go, but I forgot last year and they would have come in handy. are business cards. So I just generally take them everywhere because you never know when you meet somebody you might want to stay in touch with. But last year I forgot to take them, and in queues it turns out sometimes that you have spent 4 hours talking to a person and you know their opinions on the Legends canon and in what order to watch Star Wars films in, and just generally everything about Rogue Squadron novels or whatnot, but you only remember the name starts with J, and it's not that easy to find them on Facebook going on that. So business cards might be good. It's easier than just trying to spell your name, especially if it's like my name. Might be difficult. So this is a good idea. Or just if you don't want to mix your business and fandom life and don't want to hand out business cards, or you don't have business cards, a Sharpie and a stack of Post-its might do the job just as well. It might save you some possible lost friendships. I'm going to have to give her the cards. Sure, take them. Alright, something you definitely need during a convention, and something I bring with myself wherever I leave the house for more than a couple of hours, I'm not kidding, I do that, is my charger bags. In your case, it might not have to be the bag, just your phone charger and maybe, possibly, some power bank. If you can't find the outlet, this is a very good idea. I usually have a number of them. So if you actually forget your charger and you're not in, and you don't have a power bank and you don't know how to charge your phone, just find me. I'm going to have like a dozen of them, or at least half a dozen. So this is a very good idea. And I just generally have my phone charger and my camera charger and a spare camera battery and SIM cards and just not SIM cards, memory cards, and just generally everything I might need in the electronic kind of a way. But I also have something that I really love. It's one of my favorite things to take to events. I always take it to film festivals, conventions, and just generally big social events. This is the little bunch of wires that attaches to my power bank, and it is able to charge most of the phones right now. It has the micro USB, it has the mini USB, I'm not entirely sure how it's called, the iPhone bit, some other type of chargers, and just generally you might save a life with something like that. You need the one for your phone, but somebody else might be without a charger or without a power bank, and you might be the hero. And this is how friendships are made, and definitely something to think of if you have something like this. So my charger bag, it's actually half full right now because I have chargers charging things, but this is something that definitely you should take. Something else, Fan Mail has come out with a convention survival kit, and this has a number of useful items that you definitely might want to have. First, it's the water bottle. It's foldable, it's really light, it's when it's empty you can travel with it easily. You will be able to fill it with the water from the water fountains at the event, and you won't have to buy expensive, outrageously overpriced water that you're going to have to stand in line for. Celebration is already going to have a lot of lines. You don't have to stand in line for water bottle, especially if you have your own that you can refill at leisure. And just generally this attaches to your backpack or whatnot, and it's just a very, very helpful item. Something else they have a power bank as well in the kit, which, as I said, the most useful thing you're going to have. A little mirror, pen. I actually take a bunch of Sharpies with me because Sharpies are much better to write on a lot of surfaces, in terms of autographs, in terms of signing artwork, in terms of, I don't know, whatever you want to jot down, label or whatnot. Sharpies are very useful, but pens as well, so a bunch of those. And so here there are band-aids from the set. I also take painkillers, pads, wipes, just generally any medicine I might want to need, some vitamin C because convention and germs and so on. And also in terms of germs, they have antibacterial hand sanitizer, which I'm definitely going to take a bigger bottle with me, but this is a really, really nice portable one if you need something like this. So this is, she's really into the process of filming. Alright, so this is something you might want to look into. If not the fan mail kit than just generally building your own. That might come in handy, so something like this. The last thing I have discovered last year at the celebration was pin trading. So last year the celebration had a number of official little emoji pins, which were so incredibly cute. Some of them were sold beforehand, you had to pre-order them online. Some of them you could only get with specific in the specific booths with the or in the celebration store when you spend a given amount of money or so on. And if you plan on pin trading, it's worth looking into beforehand, because some pins might already be gone at the celebration store, and some pins might be coming up very soon. And just generally, you don't have to, of course, have just this Star Wars Celebration official pins. You can look into other kind of pins that you want to take. A lanyard or a pin book is a very good thing to bring to an event like this, especially if you want to give in to the addiction of pin trading, which I'm definitely doing right now because they are so cute, and this is such fun to just generally do something like this. And Ray loves them as well, don't you? She actually loves everything I have here. So there you have it. So those are mostly the things I have learned the last celebration and beforehand, because some of them were actually pieces of advice given to me beforehand on Twitter or Instagram or anywhere else. I'm probably forgetting about something that is really useful and really helpful, but I will remember it at some point. Or I have it written down. But so this is it. What are your tips or advice or just generally lessons learned from conventions? Not necessarily Star Wars Celebration, but just big conventions in general. Let me know in the comments. I still have a couple, dozens of days to obsess about it. So help me out. Leave the comment or send me a smoke signal or a Twitter DM or whatever. And I don't know, thank you for watching. Please join me for the next leg of this journey of spiraling into craziness. And I hope to see you at the celebration. Bye.